Hey everyone, what's going on? So I hope you guys have been watching some of my videos, and I just want to say, Niantic, thank you for listening and whatnot. I know that with this many demands, it's hard for Niantic to keep up with the updates and try to please everybody, but I'm glad they're taking a step forward and helping those that are in not so busy environments and they're having a tough time catching Pokemon. So the buddy system is a great way of getting candies for Pokemon that you're having trouble finding outside in the wild. Now, there's a couple things that I want to talk about, but the main reason I'm doing this video is to show sort of Niantic the 5 changes that I think that they should be working on. Here are my list of 5 things that I think Niantic should fix for the next update. Now, number 1, we're going to start off with, I want to be able to see the stats of each Pokemon before I get into a gym battle. So when you're on the loading screen and it shows all the Pokemon that you're selecting and going through them, I want to be able to see either their moveset, the IVs, or their attack, or something along those lines where you should be able to preview the moveset that your Pokemon has before you get into a fight. So you're going up against a gym filled with water Pokemon, and to counter that you want to use your grass types, but when you scroll down to your grass types, you put in a battle, you realize it has all poison type moves. That's not going to be very effective for you. So Niantic needs to come up with the ways that we can preview in the gym selection. We can see all the Pokemon, we can see their moveset and sort of what are its strengths and weaknesses, pretty much the appraisal system, but put it into gym form so that we can actually see what the Pokemon can do against each gym and which Pokemon to put in as well. So when we're putting in a Pokemon, we're rushed to make sure that nobody else snipes it. In that time, it's crucial to find out which Pokemon is good at defending, which one's good at attacking, so you can label them accordingly. For me, as you guys have noticed, I label all my Pokemon according to the moveset, but that leaves it vulnerable because I don't know which ones are good at defending or which ones are good at attacking. Even though the moveset tells you that, I need to personally know which IVs are great for attacking and which ones are great for defending. So if Niantic could think of a way to put in the appraisal system into the gym form, that would be great. I think that would be really helpful, and it would help a lot of players out who are trying to be competitive and take over gyms. Now, the second update that I want Niantic to sort of fix is that in the next update, they could introduce timers to lures. Say that you're walking past a lure, or you just got to a place where there's a lot of lures, but you can't tell which lure is about to run out, and you go to that area and the lure runs out, and then you're forced to go to the next area, and it keeps happening over and over to you. So I think Niantic should include the timers for the lures and how much time it's been up for or how much time is left. I think that would be really helpful for all of the trainers in order to calculate exactly when they need to get there and when to enjoy using the lure actually. Continuing down the list, number 3 is a fix that I personally think that Niantic won't do it, but it'll be really nice to have. I would like an extra infinite incubator. I feel that one is not enough, especially with the new generation that's going to come out later on. With 2nd gen coming out, we're going to have a lot more Pokemon to hatch and a lot more walking to do. So I feel like either they need to give us more egg space so that we can carry more than 9 eggs at a time, or they need to give us a 2nd infinite incubator. With this extra incubator, people would be able to hatch more eggs, get more Pokemon, and spin a lot more, and would be encouraged to go out and get more eggs in order to hatch and fill up their Pokedex a lot faster. With the addition of 2nd generation, I feel like this is a must. We need either more egg space in our bag so we can carry more than 9 eggs at a time, or we need to have another incubator so that the process is faster. Now, I don't mind paying for an extra infinite incubator. I think up to $5 people would pay for it. So that's an idea that Niantic could sort of exploit and use to promote their sales, as well as get people to be excited about Pokemon Go again. Fourth selection, I would actually like Niantic to include a Poke Center. So this could be including maybe 1 or 2 in an entire city, so there wouldn't be a lot of them. But the gist of it is all your Pokemon are damaged from gym battling the night before or whatever it is, and you don't have enough potions, and you don't have access to an area with a lot of Pokestops. So what are you supposed to do? You don't have any potions. Are your Pokemon just supposed to stay dead until you can go somewhere to spin? No, they should include a Poke Center type where you can just go there and it will heal up all of your Pokemon. Now, maybe they can implement a system where it uses Poke Coins, 10 or 20, to heal up all your Pokemon. You can make a hospital in the city with a picture of Chansey on it, or Nurse Joy or something, and then when you go there, it just heals up all your Pokemon. I think that would be very beneficial, especially for players who don't have access to a lot of Pokestops near them and are having a tough time getting potions. I know a while ago I really struggled with getting enough potions, and I know I had an abundance of Pokeballs, Ultra Balls, and Great Balls, but not enough potions. So gym battling definitely slowed down for me there, and a lot of my Pokemon were just injured, and it took me a long time to heal them back up. So this type of Poke Center would really help out, and I think it would just be a great way for Niantic to include that, hey, we want you to go out there, we want you to battle, and this game is not just about farming. Guys, so my last sort of fix that Niantic should do in the next update includes the movesets of some Pokemon. Now, I'm not saying that they should give us a way to manipulate the moveset or change it in any way, but I do think there are certain moves that need to be removed. Some that don't offer stab to a certain Pokemon, such as Persian, it's getting Power Gem, it's getting Thunderbolt. In addition, I feel like with Gyarados not being able to learn Dragon Breath anymore and still has Twister is also a big nerf to the Pokemon game. And when they removed Dragon Breath, it only left Gyarados with Bite. So as you guys know, I have 1,200 Magikarp candies, and I'm not getting rid of them anytime soon. There's no reason for me to evolve if the Gyarados is just gonna have Bite, which is a good move, but there's not enough Psychic types in the gym for it to be effective combat-wise. So I want to make sure that when I evolve my Gyarados, there's a possibility of another moveset as a quick attack rather than just Bite. So my suggestions to Niantic were either bring back Dragon Breath for Gyarados, or you can add in Water Gun, you can add in Thrash, you can add in Dragon Rage. There's so many endless possibilities for Gyarados, and this is a great Pokemon, and people work really hard to evolve one, but most of them just get Bite Twister, and I think that's a terrible thing to happen to you when you collected 400 Magikarp candies. You caught about 100 Magikarp, transferred all of them, and more than 100 Magikarp just to evolve, and it ends up getting the worst moveset. So I think that really needs to change, especially since Gyarados is a very high-powered Pokemon. I feel like another Dragon-type move is needed for it to combat against Dragonite or these other strong Dragon Pokemon in the gyms. So that concludes my list for top 5 changes that I think should be implemented in the next update. These aren't really big changes, and I feel like they're just sort of more ideas than fixes that Niantic should implement. How I think the game should be evolving sort of towards the meta. Now, there are a couple mentionable updates or fixes that I think should come to the next update. One of them being that as you go up in levels, you should get less of the basic items. So since I'm level 30, every time I spin, I still get those purple potions, which are basic. And they are great if your Pokemon aren't too damaged and you need to heal them real quick, but I would like more max potions and more max revives rather than getting the basic items of those amenities. Another one that I wanted to implement was the IV bug that's going on right now. So pretty much if you're high up on the Pokedex, let's say you're number 1 like Bulbasaur is, Bulbasaur is going to have an attack IV of 0. And the more down you are in the Pokedex, like let's say Dratini, which is all the way at the bottom, they actually have an attack IV of 15. That's why a lot of people are getting EVs with really high attack, and that makes great for the meta right now. We can evolve really high powered IV Pokemon like Dratini and Eevee, but in the end, it leaves us vulnerable to the starters. So Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander, they don't have good IVs right now because of it, because their attack is essentially 0. So even if you get a starter with above average IVs, it's because its attack is 0, but its defense and stamina are great. There's going to be a link in the description, which takes you to my starter bug video where I talked more about it, and I showed examples of my starter Pokemon which are having really poor IVs, and that is mostly because the attack portion of their IVs are 0, whereas all the Dratinis that I catch, they usually turn out to be a wonder or certainly caught my attention because their attack IV is actually 15. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative, and let me know in the comments what exactly would be your fixes to Niantic and what would you advise them to change for the next update. Now, I didn't include trading or 1v1 battles because those things are obvious and everyone thinks about them. This is sort of me speaking from my experience and how I really feel about Pokemon Go as at the level that I am right now and what I need as changes according to me. So stay tuned, subscribe, drop a like in the video, and I'll see you guys soon. As I was watching my video, I actually noticed that I missed a couple of things. So with the update, there seems to be a lot of hidden factors that Niantic didn't really tell us about. Now, while I was going through the update, I unfortunately missed a couple of things and I realized them after. So while sitting and playing actually Pokemon Go, I noticed a couple of things. The things I forgot are actually not that important, but at the same time, there are changes that Niantic forgot to mention in their update info. So these are some of the things that I missed and things that apply to the game. I don't know exactly how much they changed the dynamic of the game, but they do help some aspects. Thing is that now when you click on Pokestops that are lured up, it actually directly shows you which person or the username of the person that actually lured it. Before, you had to click on the middle button right under the title of the lure in order to figure out exactly who put it up, but now it directly shows you exactly who put up the lure. Some people might appreciate the fact that now you can see the names of the people who lured it, but some people might not. Third thing that I've noticed, I didn't actually miss this in yesterday's video, but I want to clarify again. When you go to your Pokemon list and you appraise a certain Pokemon to check for the IVs or what the gym leader has to say about them, the gym leader actually pops up a lot closer than before. And this seems to be insignificant because it's not much of a change to the gameplay itself, it's just a visual effect. But I don't know why they did that exactly. Maybe there were complaints of the Pokemon trainer being too far or the full form of it took too much space. Either way, it is a change that they made and I don't think it was necessary. Lastly, it's about egg hatching as well as the buddy system. Now, I tried the buddy system yesterday and it just seemed that certain points where I had walked a certain distance, or I felt like, according to previous experiences, I felt that I didn't get the exact kilometers for it for the egg or the buddy system. It seemed like there was a lag delay. Only when I would stop completely and reset my phone or the app itself, then it would show how much distance I traveled previously. So as you guys watch the screen right here, it's going to show that, you know, I was walking around with the Pikachu for a while and it seemed to be stuck on 0.1, 0.9, and it just would not cross that threshold into the 1 kilometer. And then when it did, it would go up to like 1.3 kilometer and it would give the candy much later than anticipated. So while walking and egg hatching and the buddy system does seem more accurate in the distance that's traveled, it also seems to take a while to update. I'll put a link in the description where there's a more detailed approach on this about the egg hatching and the walking distance control. Pretty much what it is that the distance that you walk is more accurately measured now by about 18 to 20%, which I think is very important because there were times where there was lag and whatnot, but I'm glad Niantic looked into it, but now it seems that there's a delay in actually getting that information. There's a delay in getting that information and egg hatching. And what also I noticed while driving is even if I was under 20 kilometers per hour, it seemed that the eggs weren't hatching as quickly as they previously did. So perhaps Niantic added in a feature where if you go too fast, your previous distance covered does not count. This could mean a lot of things. One, it would stop people from driving and playing Pokemon Go, which I think is very good. And secondly, I think it's also bad because, you know, people are gonna have a harder time hatching their eggs. Maybe they're going too fast and didn't realize it, and all the progress that they've made previously will just all vanish with their system. So let's say you were going too fast for however long and you didn't realize that your speed increased a bit and your eggs sort of stopped recording that distance. So I do think that there are flaws to this theory, but overall, I'm glad Niantic is looking into the issues that we have currently and trying to fix them. So those are the things that I kind of missed in yesterday's video, and I hope it helps you guys out. If you guys have noticed any other change that I haven't personally talked about, please comment below and let me know so I can bring them up in the next video. Anyway, stay tuned.